Okay. So today we are talking about the control flow and functions. So yesterday we are talking about the basics of JavaScript and how the event listeners are working in JavaScript, how we are connecting with the HTML with this JavaScript part. So that thing we are discussed about that. So today we are going to talk about the control flow and functions. I'll just share my screen. Control flow is nothing but it just controlling those kind of problems or programmatical methods. So if I'm a user means there is some of the probability of the user will choose some of the things. For example, I'll just go. So while first we discussed about this and then we'll go to that things. So on the day 5, that means the yesterday, we are talk about the events and how we are making our websites very responsible and interactive mode also. So we are talking about we are creating one to do list page. So how the if the user is going to create or give any to dos means it just added. So these kind of stuff we have discussed about that. Today we are talking about the conditional flows. Conditional flows is nothing but it just giving them uh, programmatical and also probability of the functionalities, like yes or no probabilities are there. So if I'm just swapping the coin mean there is a two probability. One is it just giving them a head or tail. So there is a two probabilities are there, right? So we can't able to predict that probability. So which one it is, definitely which one it is going to be used. So this kind of probabilities are also maintained in the conditional statements, conditional flows, control flows. And the function is nothing but it's just creating a piece of code. So if that particular piece of code is reusable for some other functionalities, like for the calendar, for example, the calendar is there. That particular calendar is working for our particular pages, and also it is working for the systematical calendar also, right? So that same calendar functionality is used for all the functionalities, all the flows and all. So this kind of stuff is called as a functional. So function is used for those kind of things. So then control flows, we have a three kind of things are there. First, conditional is nothing but it just creating a two flows. One is for the positivity flow, another one is for the negativity flow. So we just give that tell code when to execute or skip based on the conditions. Like for example, I'll just tell you an example, like we just swap the coin. If I'm going to swap the coin means there is a two probability. One is it just pitched as a tail or head. So that conditional is maintained in the conditionals. So the condition is we just swap the coin. Then loops, the same code is going to repeat it again and again, based on the some conditions or based on the some of the functionalities. It's just going to loop in the sense means if I'm fail one interview means I'm just looping to give the uh, same methodologies to be used to attend the interviews, and we just win the interview. So while winning the interview only, I'm just stop the particular loop. So this is called as a loop. This is one kind of example for that. And the real world use, if the user is clicks a button means we just to show the message, otherwise do nothing. This is the one kind of real world use for this conditions. So we have a four kind of a conditional statements are there. So first one is if statement, second one is else if. So I'm just explaining you while writing the code itself. Then the else and the switch statement. So what I'm going to do is first I'll just create one day 6. So inside that, I'm just creating a one HTML called basic.html. So here what I'm going to do is I'm just writing a HTML code. Already we are talking more about how to create a HTML code, so we just skip that. So I'm just creating one script.js file also to writing the JavaScript code. Script.js file. Okay. Now I'm just writing the body. So in the body, what I'm going to write is, so I'm just having one input type. So in the input type, I'm just having a text placeholder. Enter the text. Okay, and I need to add id because id is giving the um id is going to give the user to specify the unique element to understand which id I'm going to represent. Okay, so what I'm going to do is constant user input. So constant is the only one thing we have to constant is going to use in only one thing. Okay, then I'm just using a document dot document means it just giving the all the I mean DOM object. So it just verify with the DOM object with get element by id. So it just taking the element by id with the user input. User input is nothing but I'm just giving in the um, id. So this user input I'm just copying and paste it over here. Okay, so it just referencing to that particular part. So if I'm just giving like if the user input, if means in English we are telling like if the particular scenario is happens. So there is a condition. So we just write as a if and then one condition to be there. The basic syntax is like this: if condition, if the condition is passed means it just giving this particular piece of code will be running. Okay, so I'm just writing the code over here. User input dot value, if the value is empty means we just giving the user not equal to, sorry, not equal, not equal to empty means we just alert the user as input you are giving the input as user input dot value. So okay, what I was doing is, so we have a input box. So inside the input box, if I am going to write anything inside the input box means it just giving the alert message as you are giving the input as this message. That means the what the message or the what the text I have written over there. So I'll just show you how the particular thing is working. So I'm just running this page, reveal in File Explorer, and basics.html is going to run here. So here I'm just writing Shankavi. Why it is not accepting? We just check the cross verify this. Cannot read properties of null because that value is not there. I'm just writing the script over here itself to first verify it's working fine or not. Okay, Shankavi. So here it is defining as identifier user input has already been declared. So it is giving the error in line number 13. So we just go to the line number 13. So the 13 will, I just need to comment this. So otherwise it is not going to run. style.css. So the style.css is also not there because I just accepting that. So here I am going to write a Shankavi, but it is not happening. Why it is not happening means, so it just waiting for some actions to be performed. So what I'm going to do is I'm just writing a button id as a btn, and then click me. So based on this, what I was going to do is constant button equal to document dot get element by id of button, that particular button. Okay. So now bt sorry button dot add event listener. So I'm just creating an event. So if the user is going to click the particular button means, we just give that. Okay, click. Then if user input dot value is given as empty means, I'm just giving the alert as please enter some text. Okay, so I'm just comment uncomment this. So here what I'm going to do is I'm just creating a one more button. So if the text field is empty, while that time I'm just clicking this click me means it just giving the alert message. So you see, I'm just clicking the click me button while there is no text over there. So it's just giving please enter some text in the input field. The same message, the alert message we are given, so that the same message is showing here. So why we are talking about this thing is, we are going to give this why, how this if statement is working. So if is there, so we just writing the code, we just give the condition. So based on the condition is passed means it just uh, running this particular piece of code inside that if block. So if is nothing but it is maintaining with one statement, one condition. So if the condition is passed means it just giving the output. So the second one, so I'm just giving the OK button. So the second one is else if statement. Else if statement is nothing but, for example, we are maintaining the if. Maybe if the particular statement is not there means, if the particular value is not there means we need to write something means, right? So that time what I'm going to do is console.log of user input plus user input dot value. So if the user is going to write the code means, what I'm going to, if the user is writing some code means, I'm just I mean console.log the values that they have write. Okay, so Shankavi is the value. So I'm just first I need to refresh this page, otherwise this particular changes is not affecting here. So I'm just writing as a Shankavi. So now if I'm going to click this click me button means, it is giving user input is Shankavi because uh, I'm not given any space over here. So I'm just giving the space. So that time how it is showing is click me user input is Shankavi. So this is the thing I have given over here. So maybe if I'm not given this text and click on this click me means, it just giving the please enter some text in the input field. So these are all the things we have maintained in the if else statement. So if the if statement is failed means, definitely it's just going to this else statement. Maybe if I want to check one more condition using the if else statement means, we just using this else if statement. So we have a if and a else if user input as, I'm just giving input value is equal to hello. That time what I'm going to write the error message or the alert message as hello message is not accepting. that error message is going to happen. So then we have a else. So inside that else, I'm just giving input is accepted with that particular message. So how it is going to happen is, so first the if statement. If the if statement is failed means it's just going to check this else if. So if the else if statement is also going to failed means this else statement was passed and it just giving the response. So I'll just show you how. So now I'm just clicking the click me button without giving any text. So that means the user input dot value is empty. If I click this, it just giving this the if statement is passed and it just giving this message. So now the second one is, if I'm giving the value as hello means it is giving the alert message as hello is not accepting. So I'm just going to check this. I'm just clicking this hello. I'm just pasting this hello and click on this click me. Um, I think I need to refresh this page. Yes. Hello message is not why it is not given this alert before means I'm not concurrently, I mean I'm not refreshing this page. So if every time I need to refresh this page because it is not a it is a normal html file, it is not a javascript file. Okay, so it's just giving hello message is not accepting that message. That means the else if statement is working. So if I'm giving the hello 123 means it just click me input is accepted with hello 123. The else statement is running, so it just console.log the value input accepted with these things. So this is how this if, else, and else if statements are working. So now the third one is, I mean the fourth one is switch statement. So switch statement is nothing but it just having and maintaining more than 3 to 4 number of test cases with the case by case logic. For example, the same thing we have to work on. Like I'm just giving the switch user input dot value. So in this switch we need to give this condition. Okay, so based on the condition we need to write the output. So case admin means I'm just giving the console.log of welcome admin message I'm just going to give. And the case user means I'm just giving the console.log of user or welcome user message it's going to give. Now, the for last one is default. So it's just giving the welcome guest. So other than admin or user value we are given, it's just going to the default method. Something like the else statement. Okay, so first we need to check it is the condition will have the admin value. Second, it's just going to check the user value. Then it just going to check the default value. Now what I'm going to do is, so I'm just running the same thing. I'm just giving the admin, just click on the click me. It's just giving welcome admin. Okay, welcome admin message is going to happen. Then if I'm going to use the user means welcome user message is going to happen. So if I'm not given any of this means it's just giving welcome guest because the input is as a user 123. So this is how the switch statement is working. Then we are having this operators are nothing but it is the combination of the logical statement. So in our school days we are having a logical statements, logical gates are also there, or gate, and gate, not gate. So something like that we have a we have used in the logic, I mean operators also in the computer programming language. First one is equal to. So we in JavaScript, equal to means we have a double equal to. So double equal to means it just compared between the two values, the left value and the right value. For example, I have a two values, 10, 10. So if I need to want to check the uh, equality between those two values, means I just give this double equal to value. So if the double equal to value will check the uh, value and give the response. So 10 and 10 are equal, so I'm just giving the output as true. Okay. And we have a triple equal to. Triple equal to is the strict one, because if for example I'm having a 10, in the right hand side I'm having a string of 10. Okay, if I'm providing this triple equal to means it just giving the output as false, because first double equal to will check only the values, triple equal to will check the values and also the type of those values also. So that's why just giving the value as false. So if I'm giving this 10, sorry, 10 double equal to a string of 10 means that time it's just giving the true, because it is having a loose capability for the double equal to value. Okay. Then not equal to means it just checking the value is not equal to. That means 10 not sorry guys, not equal to 10. That time it's just giving the output as true, because this 10 value is not equal to 10, that's string 10. If it is having like this means it just giving the output as false. So this is how this equality operate, I mean comparisons operators are working. And also we have a greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. So these are all the same thing that we have already implemented and learned in our mathematical classes. Then we have a logical operators. We are mainly focusing on the three logical operators. One is the and gate, and another one is the or and not. And means the visual representation of the and represents and the symbols that we have implemented this, right? So this is the and we have used. So it just checking whether these two values, both side values are going to be true, means then only just giving the output as true. Other, sorry guys, otherwise it's just giving the value as false. And the third second one is or. So it just checking at least one value must be doing with the true value. Okay, not. So it just reverse the conditions, like we have a not of 10 means it, sorry, not of false means it just changing, reversing the order. So that time it just giving the value as true. Then we have a building block over here. So we can check like this: if age greater than or equal to 18. So if the 18 is the highest value, means it just giving the console.log as adult. Then else it just giving the console.log as minor value. So this is how it is working. And then arrays and loops. So as we already discussed about the data types in JavaScript in the yesterday's class, we are talking about the arrays, but we are not much explain about how the arrays are working. So this is how it's working. I'll just show you. Consider, so I'm just commented this code because it is not accepting the code to be happened over here. I'm just writing a A. A will have the list of fruit values. That means apple, banana, and I'm just giving it grapes, Goa, something like Goa the same. Yes, spelling is correct. Okay, I'm just declaring the a value as the array of the fruit string values. Now, what I need to check whether these values are there or not, how this particular loops are working. So array actually array has some similar unique functionalities. Okay, so array will starts from the zero value. Arrays index. These are all called as an index. Index is nothing but a number representation for the every values inside the array. So apple is the one value, banana is the another value, grapes third value, guava is the fourth value. So how the index is working is, so the first value is represented as 0, second value is represented as 1, third is 2, and the fourth is 3. So array starts from 0 value. And also if I am going to use, I mean if I am going to use this particular only one value means we just represented with that index. So if I wanted to console.log of the first element of the array means I'm just giving array, sorry, a array symbol open close, inside that I need to give the particular index. So the array starts from 0, right? So that if I want the apple as the console.log means I'm just giving the a of 0. So if I wanted to give the last number means what I can do is I'm just using the a dot length functionality. Length is nothing but it just giving the array length. So a dot length means it just giving the 4 value because the length starts from it just counting the all the elements and giving the length of the array. So it just giving the output as 4 because we have a 4 number of values are there. So if I wanted to console.log the last element of the array means what I can do is console.log the same logic, but we have to specify which kind of things we need to add. A dot length. So a dot length means a of 4 will be there, but the Goa is starts with the 3. Why is the index or starts with the 0, right? So I'm just giving a dot length minus 1. So that time it just giving the result as Goa. That means the last element is going to be happen. So this is how the arrays are working. So arrays, so we are discussed about the loops, right? So every time the if I wanted to run the application, or if I wanted to repeat the actions means I'm just using with the loops. Loops is nothing but for the certain functionality or the certain conditions, before the certain conditions it just running the same code again and again. So for example, if I'm having a array means it just giving the based on the array length, it just looping the same functionalities again and again before it is hitting the um, particular length. For example, here we have a fruits. Fruits is nothing but constant fruits, apple and banana. We have a for each functionality. For each, so inside that for each they have maintained with one arrow function. So inside that I'm just writing the console.log of fruit. So how it will work is, so it just write first give the console.log of apple and then banana, because how it is working is for each functionality will give every elements one by one. So that time one by one element is shown in the fruit, so we are controlling that fruit. So that fruit element is going to represent, so it is giving is an apple, and then the second console.log will happen with the banana. And the foremost topic is functions. Functions is nothing but it just wrap the piece of code or piece of the functionalities, we can tell like that. So the it just grouping the functionalities like so if I wanted to like if I wanted to maintain one piece of code or one piece of functionality means For example, consider we have a calculator functionality. So the calculator functionality will have a sum functionality, minus functionality, I mean that means subtraction functionality, multiplication and division functionalities are there. So those kind of functionalities are divided as the functions, so that functions are going to call while they are used. Okay, now I'm going to these are all the list of things. Group code, we have a bundle that is related to the code. If I'm having a reusable blocks that will perform the specific task, and it just written the particular output. If I wanted to return anything over in the particular function means I'm just giving as a return that particular values. So and also this particular functions are accepting the input values also. Maybe I if I wanted to pass some of the functionality, some of the different values means I'm just giving as a input to this particular functions. Reuse freely, so I can reuse this particular functionality based on wherever I want. So here there's an example. There is a function greet. In that greet, they are accepting one name value. So how we in that name, based on the name, it just returning as that functionality is returning as return hello. That with hello is the string, so it is just accepting that, and also it just accepting with the name value also, the name that we have given. So here we have given the console.log of greet alice. Greet functionality is called. So if I'm declaring the function means it is not going to call. So if I'm going to call that functionality means that time only that particular functionality is going to be happen, and also this particular functionality is going to called and run in our particular programming language. So here console.log greet Alice. Alice will be shown here. So it just returning as hello, sorry, hello Alice. So now we are going to write a one code. So that code will specify with this functionality grade calculator. So what we are going to build is, first we are going to create a function that accepts the numerical score of a one particular person, we can say. Use if else statement to determine letter grade, and it just written the appropriate grade based on the score ranges. Then test the function with various scores to verify logic. So first thing is we have to create one function. That function accepts the numerical score. Okay, now what I'm going to write is the function is grade calculator. So I'm just creating a file called grade calculator.html. Now I'm just going to write the code for this HTML, normal HTML with has a base. We have a body. So inside the body, I am accepting one input from the user for the particular grade. Okay. So the grade is accepting as a text value, and the placeholder enter the grade id as, I'm just writing the id as grade. Okay, so I'm just writing the calculate button. So I'm just giving the script over here. So inside the script, I'm just writing the grade input. I'm just taking the grade input as get element by id of grade. So if I'm also having a calculate button, so I'm just writing this. So if I'm going to click on this calculate button means I'm just writing the code as. I'm just console.log the grade input that I have given. Dot value. Okay. Now I'm going to run this page. So you see we have a input box and also we have a calculate as a functionality. So here what I'm going to run is I'm just giving the A. I'm just clicking the calculate. So that time I'm just getting the values. Okay. Now I need to create a one new function to get the particular thing. So this is the functions I have created. So if I'm going to click the functionalities means it just writing over here. So now what I'm going to do is the second functionality is to use if else statement to determine letter grade A to F. So using the if else statement, I need to give. So the grade means it's just start with the A and it ends with F. So first we just maintain with if the grade input dot value is equal to A means we just give the alert as excellent, and then else if grade input dot value is B means it just giving the alert as very good. So grade B means the next level to the excellent, right? So I'm just giving the very good. And then one more thing is we have a C option also. So I'm just giving the else if grade input dot value is equal to C, that is with the alert of good. I think this is enough to first check how it is working, then we'll do more. Okay. So I'm just giving the B and calculate. It is giving the very good. Same thing is for C. It just giving good. So now we need to write for D. Else if grade input dot value D. Now that is with alert of uh, pass. D we have a E and F is also there. F means failed. So I'm just giving else if E is there. So I'm just giving him. I'm just giving fair. For E, I'm just giving as a alert as passed. Just passed. Just pass. Now I'm just giving the grade input as F. So the F will have this fail. Alert as fail. Then if you are considering one more thing like so if I'm not given anything means it just giving the alert as invalid grade. Now I'm just going to run the same page and just reload this page. Then I'm just giving the grade as F. F means it is going to run with fail. Calculate, it just giving the message as fail. So if I'm not given anything means, so every time I need to give the OK button. So if I'm not giving any grade means it's just giving invalid grade. So we have a list of if else if statements are there. So it just maintaining with the availability of the grade input. So this is how it is working, and then written the appropriate grade based on the score ranges. Test the function with various scores to verify the logic. So we are verifying those kind of logics with this all the I think all the functionalities we are going to check. First A, it is giving the excellent. B, it is giving the very good. C, it is giving the good. D, it is going to give the fair. E is going to give the just pass. F means failed. Yes. And also, if I am going to give the A, B means it is giving invalid grade because it is not having in this particular if else. So it just directly go to the else. So that is what invalid grade is going to be shown upon here. So this is how it is working. But for the same thing, we are going to write with a switch case also. So I'll just show you. I'm just commented this. So the same thing only it is going to be happen. Okay. Switch grade input dot value. So it is having with the case 1, that means the A grade. So it just alert with the excellent. Then we have a break and then B means very good. So it is having with the F also, and also invalid grade is also having with the default case. Now I'm just going to the same code. I'm just running this code with A, calculate, excellent. I'm just checking randomly, C, good. And also if I give the small c means it is not giving because it is giving the invalid grade. That means it just the character, the name, then it is considered with the ASCII character. So it is just accepting only the capital letter of A. If I am providing the small letter means just considering as a invalid grade only. Uh, B, B, calculate. I think my systems are getting broken. I'm just giving F. It's just giving fail. And then D, just giving fair. So this the same thing. If else statements, the same thing is happened with the switch case statements also. So this is how it is working. So in today's class, what we have seen this, we just explain about the control flow and statement, and also we are explaining about how we are going to create a function and how we are going to calculate those functionalities and all. Now we just go to the same thing in the in-class practice. So I just wanted you guys to do with to create one calculator function. So how we are going to create is, first you just design one page, a calculator page. So after that, if based on the user input or the user clicks, you just create a two functions. One is the add function and another one is the subtract function. So it just accepting the two values. So based on the two values, you just return the calculated result. For example, you just implement with the two input boxes, and also you have implemented with the two buttons. One is the add button, another one is the subtract button. So the two values will have the, you have to put one values over in the two values. So after that, if I'm going to click the add button means it just giving, it just calling that add functionality, and based on that it just calculate that addition of those values and it just return the value. Otherwise, if I'm giving if I'm clicking the subtract function, subtract button means it just giving subtracting those two values, and then it just going to give the calculated result. So now you have to test your code. So now what you are going to do is you just call your function and you just return the result in the console values also. First, either you can showcase the values in the console or else in the HTML document itself. So based on that, we can do that. So this is the homework for you guys to do with this. So the another practice is also there. So that's we are discussing. We are going to discuss in the tomorrow class. If you guys have any n2 means, if you guys have any time means, you can also write the code for this to-do list app also. So I'll just explain you how. This to-do list means, yesterday also we are creating one to-do list app, right? But in the inside that app we are not having the functionality for deleting the task. So we are storing the class we are added, but deleting the class we are not added. So we have a one more button called delete. So if the person is going to click on the delete button means that particular list of the values, the stored list of the values is going to be deleted. So this is how this to-do list app homework is there. So if you guys have any time means, if you are completing this calculator function means, you just do with this homework for the to-do list app also. I hope everyone is enjoying this class. If you guys have any doubts means, you just ask in the group or you just ping me in the Gmail itself.